In this video, you will learn all the different ways you can bounce your stems in Pro Tools using Forte Export. I've got my session open in front of me, as you can see here, and there's many different things that I can do at this point. For example, I could potentially just bounce single folders if I want to. For example, the drums folder. I go ahead and I hit Option Command C. What that's going to do, that's going to create a new print here in Forte. Now it's called drums folder. I could call it whatever I want. DF, for example, it doesn't really matter. What matters here is that the type of bounce here is grouped, which means that all the files are being bounced as a single stereo file. The same goes for the other folders if I want to. And for example, let's take the bass folder. Let's expand it. If I just want to bounce my bass track, what I need to do here is hit Option Command V. Remember, V stands for individual. So each time you want to bounce individual tracks, the V is the magic letter, okay? I've done it for my bass. So if I go over to Forte, you will see that I got my bass track here. So bass. And the icon is different. So that tells you that this is going to be an individual track and it's going to be bounced as a single file. So far, so good. But what happens when you want, for example, to bounce a portion of a song or maybe a portion of a single track? Where that's very easy to do here in Forte. I'm going to show you how it's done. Now, let's pretend that this is not just a single song, but this is a live set with multiple songs in it. So I've recorded this set live and now I want to bounce each song individually. So how do I do that? Well, I select my folders. I select a portion of my timeline. Let's say that, for example, here is where my first song ends. And then I'll hit Option Command C. What that's going to do, it's going to create a print here, 6 folders, and I can call it Song 1. And what's cool about that is that the duration of those files are precisely the duration of my song. All right, let's pretend that this is my second song. So same as we did before. We're going to select this as the second song, Command Option C. And that's going to add another print. And we're going to call it Song 2. But what happens, for example, if I want to bounce a portion of a track? Or maybe I want to send a preview of my song to a client. So I need to zero in on the portion that I want to bounce, and I can do this very easily. For example, I've played an incredibly good bass solo in my song, and I want to share that with my producer, for example. I can come in here and hitting Command Option V. What Forte is going to do is it's going to create another print with just that portion. So everything is being managed by Forte in a very streamlined way. And the cool thing about this is that when I launch the bouncing process, I can still continue working on my computer. Let me just show you. I'll launch my printing process here. So it'll go one by one. I'll make sure that bounced files is the folder that I'm outputting my files to. Launch my print. Now, in the meantime, I can do whatever I want. I can send an email, for example. I can send an email to my boss asking for a raise. Or I can watch YouTube. Maybe I can watch the latest episode on Rick Beato's channel. Why not? Or I can go to my Instagram and check, oh, it's done. So as you can see, super quick, super easy. So I'll open the print folder down here. And as you can see, all my stems are contained in here. So as you can see with Forte Export, bouncing your stems in every possible configuration is super easy.